when you're crossing your fingers and looking for any sign of pregnancy during that brutal 2-week wait. It can really throw you for a loop when you spot some blood. Does this mean my period is coming? Or is there a shred of hope? Could it be implantation bleeding? Well, in this video, I will tell you the secrets to deciphering the two. Hi, I'm Genevieve Howland, author of the Mama Natural Week by Week Guide to Pregnancy and Childbirth and the woman behind mamanatural.com. I'm also the creator of a free Pregnancy Week by Week series that comes straight to your email each week. You can find a link in the video description below. So before we do a deep dive, first let's just ground ourselves in what exactly is implantation bleeding. To explain the biology, we need to rewind the tape. At conception, a male sperm swims to meet the female egg or ovum. One lucky swimmer enters the egg and fertilizes it. The parent's genetic material fuses together to create an embryo with its own unique DNA. The embryo then divides into 2 cells to become a zygote. The zygote continues to grow and subdivide to become a blastocyst that's ready to implant. That is your future baby. Now, throughout this time of subdivision and cell growth, they're journeying down the fallopian tube toward the uterus. Finally, the long-awaited day arrives, and your future baby attaches itself to the uterus by way of blood vessels and a stalk that will eventually become the umbilical cords. This, my friends, is called implantation. Now let's talk about how to spot implantation and how to distinguish it from your monthly period. The first is timing. Implantation typically occurs 6 to 12 days after ovulation, although some sources give it a wider range of 5 to 14 days. But implantation bleeding doesn't necessarily happen exactly on the day of implantation. It can occur anytime within a week after implantation. So this puts the implantation bleeding window just a little bit earlier than when you would normally expect your period. Now again, for some women, it might happen right when the baby implants. For others, it might take a little bit longer. So timing can be a little trickier, but as a general rule, implantation bleeding would be earlier than your expected period. Color. Implantation bleeding is pinkish brown in color, while period blood is usually red. And if you're having trouble pinpointing the color, wearing a white panty liner or white underwear can really help. Consistency. Implantation bleeding has a thinner, water-like consistency and does not contain clots. Intensity. Implantation bleeding is more like spotting or discharge and won't turn into a heavy, bloody flow like your period would. Other physical symptoms. Implantation bleeding can be accompanied by light cramping, which many women find less painful or different from their typical period cramps. I remember when Faith, my second daughter, implanted into my uterus. It was 9 days after conception and I had this very distinct cramping. Duration. Implantation bleeding typically lasts only 1 to 2 days, whereas your monthly flow will last more like 5 to 7 days. Still confused? It is very common to mix up a normal monthly period and implantation bleeding. The timing is so close and the differences can be so very slight. The bottom line, if you notice some spotting or light bleeding during that 2-week wait, you're not automatically out of the game that month. Unless bleeding really picks up, there is a shimmer of hope. Go ahead and take a pregnancy test, which is really the only conclusive way to find out whether you're pregnant or not. You're just gonna have to wait a few more days. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you're pregnant, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, head on over to mamanatural.com and sign up for my free week-by-week updates. It's the simplest way to have your best and most natural pregnancy. Each and every week, you'll get pregnancy updates from a natural perspective. We do a deep dive on what's up with baby and mama, plus help you find natural remedies for all the various pregnancy symptoms and challenges. Finally, be sure to check out my book, The Mama Natural Week by Week Guide to Pregnancy and Childbirth. It's the first ever week by week written from a natural perspective. It's one of the highest rated books on Amazon too. You can find a link in the video description below or go to mamanaturalbook.com. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.